Oh hey, it's been a little while. I know I've been pretty MIA over the last month, and that's because I've been traveling a ton for work. Speaking of travel, this video is going to be my zero waste nighttime travel routine, which is pretty much the same as my at-home zero waste nighttime routine, but I thought it would be cool to show you guys how doable it is to have a zero waste routine while traveling. So here I'm just putting my hair up, and now I'm washing my hands because I'm going to be taking out my contacts. The contact removal process isn't like specifically zero waste, but it kind of is since they're reusable lenses, and I'm just including this because it is the first step in my routine. Next, I'm going to brush my teeth, and I'm using this compostable brush with bamboo toothbrush. And I'm using the Bite toothpaste bits, which are basically tablets that you can use instead of toothpaste. So with this company, the bits come in a glass jar, but when I travel, I just put a bunch of them in this smaller plastic container that was upcycled from an old Purple Carrot order. And basically to use these, you just wet your toothbrush really well, pop the tablet in your mouth, bite down, and start brushing. I actually like to chew the tablet into more of a powder before I start brushing. When mixed with the water, it foams up really nicely, and other than the whole chewing on the tablet part, this process really doesn't feel that different from using regular toothpaste. For the longest time, I feel like the only option was buying toothpaste that came in a plastic tube, but that's just not the case anymore, and it's amazing. And I just wanted to note about the bamboo handle on this toothbrush. It is compostable, but the bristles actually aren't, which I think is kind of underemphasized in all the marketing materials for bamboo toothbrushes. So you actually have to make sure you pull the bristles out with a pair of pliers and throw them away before you compost the handle. And then I just rinse my mouth out really well. My mouth feels really clean after brushing with these. And at the end, of course, I give my best toothpaste commercial smile. So next I'm going to floss my teeth, and I'm using this stuff called dental lace. It's a compostable dental floss made out of mulberry silk. Most floss is made out of plastic, and since it's compostable, after I use it, I actually save it in a stasher bag and bring it home to compost, because what's the point of having a compostable floss if you're not going to compost it? And yes, that means I do travel home with a little bag of dirty floss. I feel like I should say that I absolutely hate flossing my teeth, which probably everyone does, but I also have super cavity-prone teeth, and I find that when I floss every day, I get less cavities, so I suffer through it. I also realize as I'm watching this how kind of weird it is to watch someone floss their teeth. I really like this stuff, but sometimes it does break while I'm flossing. Actually, it happens right here, which I guess is a good sign that it will break down in nature. It honestly doesn't happen often enough to prevent me from using it. I still think it's an amazing product. And next, I am going to wash my face. I'm using the TrueBotanicals clear line, which I talked about at length in my TrueBotanicals video, so check that out if you haven't for a more in-depth review. I'm starting out with the pre-cleanse oil, which is relatively new to my routine. I wear a lot more makeup for my job than I normally do, and because the TrueBotanicals cleanser is so gentle, the pre-cleanse oil helps kind of loosen everything up. So I just squirt one pump into my hands, rub my hands together, and then rub my hands all over my face. I guess you'd call what I'm doing a double cleanse or an oil cleanse system. And I make sure to give my eyes some extra love since eye makeup is usually the most stubborn. And as you can see, I get this really attractive raccoon face thing going on. And next, I'm going to use the Nourishing Cleanser from the clear line. So I just grab a pump of that and rub it in right on top of the oil without using any water, which is how they tell you to do it. And at this point, the white cleanser mixes together with the black makeup that's already all over my face, and it gives me this really sexy kind of gray face effect. And so now it's time to rinse this whole mess off. I use warm water and really just kind of splash the hell out of my face until it feels like all the oil has washed off. And after I'm done splashing my face for what feels like hours, I grab my face towel and just pat the old face dry. And next I'm going to use the Nutrient Toner from the Clear collection. To apply my toner, I'm using a reusable organic bamboo facial round from the Etsy store Juniper Seed Mercantile. I absolutely love these. I talked about them in my Zero Waste Travel Essentials video, so check that out if you haven't. I put a little toner onto the round and just wipe it all over my face. I actually fold the round in half and then I only use one side, so it's like I'm only using a quarter of it, which means one round lasts me for 4 days, which is really nice. And then when I've used all of them, I just put them in the washing machine and they're ready to reuse. I will link to these below. And then before I do my last skincare step, which is my facial oil, I actually spritz my face with water, which I know looks kind of funny, but apparently it helps the oil sink into your skin better. So this is the Pure Radiance oil from the Clear line, and I just love this stuff so much. I like to drop it directly onto my skin as opposed to rubbing it in my hands first. I just feel like more of the product ends up on my face that way. And I use exactly 9 drops of oil, which may sound oddly specific, but I've found it's just the perfect amount. So I do 3 drops on my forehead, 2 on each cheek, and 2 on my chin, and then I just rub it in. This stuff smells so good, it feels so good, and I just love it. So next I'm going to clean my ears out, and I'm using this silicone Q-tip that my coworker Rachel actually got for me, which was so incredibly sweet. I guess she saw an Instagram ad for it and was like, oh my god, Mariel would love this. And I had also seen a Facebook ad for something similar, and I was like, oh, I should get that. I've been looking for something like that, but in the meantime, she had bought it for me, and I use it all the time, so it was perfect. Anyway, I'm just using this like a normal Q-tip to clean my ear, but I'm obviously being really careful not to put it in too far. Then after I use it, I rinse it off with hot water and then kind of swirl it around on my soap bar and then just sort of rub it and rinse it again. And then I just set it out to dry and I can reuse it the next day. And the last step of my routine, just giving you guys a heads up, this is by far the sexiest part of my routine. And here it is. I am putting in my mouth guard. I have a tendency to grind my teeth at night. So here we are. So that marks the end of my Zero Waste Travel nighttime routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you. Subscribe for more videos like this, and good night, guys.